What's up, everyone? My name is Geronimo, founder of PerspectiveLifeHacks.com. Today, I'm going to be talking. Today's topic is attraction makes simple and easy, featuring Pokemon. Oh wow, this is a great picture here. Hold on, what's that? Okay. Pokemon contains many important life lessons, which is why I love using Pokemon as a reference or as a metaphor for the secrets of life, because many of the secrets of life can be found in just playing a Pokemon game. In fact, it contains most of the secrets, or many of the secrets. So, as it pertains to this topic in particular, the Nidoran here is a female. Nidoran here is a male. So the female wants to find the equivalent of herself, which is the Nidoran here. So the female wants to get with the man. So this is the female, this is the man, and they want the complementary version of themselves, either being the same thing or the kind of like the opposite that is the same. A little confusing, right? So this is the female of this Pokemon, and this is the male of this Pokemon, and they are attracted to each other. Another thing here that we can highlight is evolution. Evolution, so you Nidoran here, and then at level 16 turns to Nidorina. Same thing for the boy. Nidorina turns into Nidoqueen. Same thing for Nidorino. Nidorino turns into Nidoking. What is that a metaphor of? That is a metaphor of our own reality, where we go through these stages of personal growth and development, where we go from baby to boy, and boy to man. Women go from baby to girls to women, etc., etc. These are like life stages. This is why I love this little picture here, because it highlights different stages. For us in particular, we go through stages of developing our consciousness. Now we don't go through these big changes like this, but we go through something similar, mostly in the form of updating our consciousness. And then at the end, we have obviously Nidoqueen wants a Nidoking. Nidoqueen doesn't want a little Nidoran no more. That's not going to take care of her needs. So Nidoqueen wants a Nidoking. Nidorina wants a Nidorino. Nidoran wants a Nidoran male. Now the thing is that the Nidoran female may also sometimes want a Nidorino, a little higher level than herself, that has a little bit more value, maybe a little bit more consciousness, higher level of consciousness. So in this picture here we have Nidorino, and the girl wants either to mate with the same here, Nidoran, or she wants to mate with Nidorino. This girl does not need a Nidoking, obviously. Although sometimes we can see in cases where, an 18-year-old is going out with a 40-year-old, but that's very rare and not really what we need to focus on. So let's see, we got all the pictures here. Alright, so again, that's just the stages, and that's a metaphor for ourselves. The same way that the Pokemon goes through these evolutions, we go through these evolutions as well. Oh, this is a great picture. Let me see if I can find breeding. Alright, so your Pokemon had an egg. Okay, cool. Let's see if I can find it. There's some good pictures here, but nothing really usable. Alright, so in the Pokemon, when two Pokemons mate together, they create an egg, and the egg has stat points, attributes, and certain skills of the parent. How does this pertain to us? Well, it's the same concept actually. The egg is getting the dominant qualities of the parents. this is I guess a spiritual perspective of looking how the offspring gets the nature of the parents, and this is through consciousness absorption. I mean, whose consciousness are the offspring attaining? Right? It's gotta come from somewhere. It's coming from the parents. And okay, so understand that the offspring is getting the DNA of the parents, right? That's common sense. And then they're also getting the consciousness of the parents through the parents' ability to teach, parent, and just the knowledge and wisdom of the parents themselves, which will then pass down to the offspring by what I like to call environmental hypnosis, meaning the offspring is being surrounded by certain knowledge and certain the environment, and the offspring will be obviously getting those qualities and attributes and consciousness, and basically through almost osmosis they'll be acquiring very similar characteristics of the parents. When this is made simple, it's almost obvious. Alright, so I'm trying to find a better picture. I mean, we could apply this to ourselves as well, but it's not a really good picture here. You see this? Alright, this is cool, but it's not an exact, like this is helpful, but it's not really exactly accurate for us. Alright, so obviously here these two have sex, they create the offspring, which is obviously a baby version of these. These two have sex, they create a baby version of themselves, obviously. These two have sex, they have a baby version of themselves. Repeat. They have sex, a baby version of themselves. And they're just repeating and repeating, obviously. Some Pokemon have a baby stage that you can get by breeding two of the parents, such as breeding two Pikachu to obtain a Pikachu. To obtain a Pichu, some baby Pokemon, however, require you to let one of the parents hold a specific instance to attain. Okay, so for us, what that really means is just that when the two parents have sex and breed, they create a baby version of themselves. Again, it's about the DNA and the consciousness. The DNA is being absorbed. The offspring has the DNA of the parents. Alright, so this was helpful, but not quite what I was looking for. So in the case of attraction, people are really looking for the same of themselves, the same version of themselves. They're looking for the same, the kind of the same template. All right, so there was a guy named Mystery, and one of his famous thing is that what love is simply a match between person A and person B. That there is a match between the two, and that's what's create love, because persons template A and template B are compatible in some kind of way, maybe through energy flow, or maybe through just mental, or maybe some kind of spiritual reasons. Whatever the reasons are, it's a match. See, I love how Pokemon has these things like sassy nature, copy special ability, and because also Pokemon is kind of a metaphor for us too. Like Pokemon is almost like a metaphor for us as well. Like we are the Pokemon to some extent, and then we are also the Pokemon trainer. So it's pretty interesting. And they got different move sets, different abilities. Like us, we have different move sets and different abilities. Some people are athletic, some people are just intelligent. In which case that they provide certain things differently, especially via conversation. Depending on one's ability, that will be their kind of their gifts that they bring into conversations. Your dominant patterns are the things that you'll be able to bring forth in conversation the easiest. Oh, I picture that. This picture is so cute. Look at that. Oh my god, that's a cute picture. It's fat. And I guess we can also talk about elemental stuff as well. Like in the game of Pokemon, water is super effective versus water. So as it pertains to us, certain patterns are just effective versus other patterns, and this is called the highly attractive, that feeling of attraction. It means that your pattern is super effective to this other person's pattern. Generally speaking, this means a feeling of familiarity, sameness. Oh, I love that they have this here. A feeling of sameness, compatibility of some kind. How else shall I say this? Alright, I found something also that pertains to us. So when you drop a Pokemon in the daycare center, they say something that the guys tell you. The two seem to get along very well. Pokemon will breed very quickly. That's what that means. The two seem to get along. Pokemon will breed. The two don't seem to like each other. They'll breed, but they'll breed slowly. The two don't seem to like each other. They won't breed at all. How does that apply to us? Well, it's obvious. When two people get along very well, they're gonna want to mate. Or they will just be attracted to each other. And this kind of factors into what happens initially and what happens during the course of the relationship. They either feel a strong initial attraction. Oh yeah, so I guess I'll have to get into what is attraction exactly. So as it pertains to men and women, attraction is generally that desire to be with someone, the desire to have sex, the desire to mate of some sort. And as it pertains to men want to find either a partner, or men want to find someone to have sex with. As it pertains to women, women want to find someone that they can make a family with, someone they can have sex with, someone who will be able to get the material resources. And also here, gym leaders. This is cool because the gym leaders are considered the alphas. They're the alphas in that reality. These guys are like the leaders, hence the word leader, and they're the strongest trainers or something. And then also what's cool here is that in the leaders, like in the gym, the people are using the Pokemon that's obviously congruent with the gym. So for example, at a dragon gym, you'll see dragon trainers. At a fire gym, you'll see fire trainers. How does this pertain to us? Well, this applies into the sense of law of attraction, where like attracts like. And it also applies with, we can also stretch this to mean congruence also. This is something I definitely want to explore with you guys. So, for example, a lot of the personality and qualities and attributes are generally demonstrated through their appearance. So in this game, or in the game here, they very intelligently portray the characteristics of the person during the, just within their appearance. So you can see a lot of their characteristics. You can see a lot of the gifts or abilities of the trainer, or I guess you could even say the Pokemon. The appearance generally reveals to you what that Pokemon, or even the trainer, what it's about. And this pertains to us because it also applies to us. Pretty much. Alright, so this has been Geronimo, founder of ProsperityLifeX.com. This was actually a quick crash guide about attraction, law of attraction. It's also tied into congruence, the alphas, and I found this very important because Pokemon really already contains all these concepts that we are now learning in our lives. ProsperityLifeX.com. Bye bye now.